What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Mouzakis and we are locked in. This is episode 5, The Reporter, Clickbait. Now we're halfway through this little mini series and I want to know, who do y'all think committed these crimes? Who killed my boy Nick? And is Nick really having an affair with all these women? Let me know what y'all think below before we even get started. But first off, shout out to the notification gang. If you're new to the channel, you can be a part of it. Hit your subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time I upload. Hit that like button. It's the easiest thing you can do. Now, we have the nosy reporter, Ben. We've seen him give his card to Emma. Now, we're going to go into what he did. What is he doing? His journalism skills to figure out what's going on with this case, or is he just looking for a story to break? I told y'all how the tabloids get whenever they run with something. So let's jump into it. This is episode 5, Clickbait, The Reporter. Ben, he has the hottest interview right now. Everybody wants to know what's going on in this Nick case. Well, we got Emma Beasley on here, the one that's having an affair with him. So now she's on here and he's asking the hard questions. When you seen him hold up that sign, I killed a woman, I abuse women. What did you think about that? And she's like, well, he was nice. But that ain't what the audience is trying to hear. The lie is better than the truth. So, Emma, how do you really feel? I told you, Ben is trying to manipulate and bend the truth. So he's telling his boss, you got to let me go through with this. You know what I'm saying? I got all the juicy information, everything that people want to hear. And, let's see if these signs, we know Nick was a cheater. He had several women, but was he a murderer? See, they want to paint you out to be the bad person because negativity sells, controversy sells. Ben's boss says, all right, let's run with it because, hey, we got the biggest story. Everybody in America is tuned in on this Nick Brewer case. Go ahead, do your research. So what does he do? He gets on the little social networks like a fake Facebook, friendcharm.net. And he's typing in Sophie Brewer. Okay. All of her friends. Let me DM her. Hey, I'm Ben. I'm putting together a story. Do you want to come out? Do you want to talk to the people? So he's just reaching out. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. He's running into some dead ends, though. People like, hey, bro, stop hitting me up, man. Or we'll go to the law about it. Now, if he would have hit me up, hey, Mo, I got a story on Nick Brewer. Do you want to come in and talk? I said, yeah, I want to come down and talk. I would have went in there. Hey, make sure you follow me on YouTube, MOEDOTJ. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, all that good stuff. Oh, Nick, yeah, he was a good guy, you know, nothing negative to say about him, but I would have plugged myself in because, hey, why not? You reaching out to me to use me for your personal gain? Well, let me use it. You know what I'm saying? Get my personal gain out there. Now, Ben's taking it a little too far. While he's working, his friend brings over some, like DoorDash type food. Now, Ben has this crazy idea. He goes to the Brewer house. He takes the food, knocks on the door. The youngest son, Kai, opens it up and he leaves the door cracked. Now, Ben, he goes in there with his cell phone. He starts recording around the house and you see Pia. She looks, she's like, hey, what are you doing in here? You got 30 seconds before I call the cops. He's like, look, please don't call the cops. I got something to tell y'all. Look, don't call the cops. I'm doing an interview with Emma Beasley. If you guys let me interview you, you guys can get ahead of the story and you can get your side out. Because once the negative story comes out, whatever the family is trying to say, it's going to paint a bad picture for them. Because all we're going to see is Nick is having an affair. Nick's been with multiple women. No one's going to care about Nick being dead anymore. It's just going to be how bad of a person he was. But Pia says, we're going to call the cops because you broke into our house, man. This is illegal. Ben is doing all the work he can. He's scrubbing it. Now, his male friend, I'm assuming it's his boyfriend or whoever it is. I don't know who he is, but he's like, look, what are you doing? Ben says, man, he's on multiple sites. He's dating multiple women. So the friend's like, you know what? Maybe I can help you too. And they get to kissing. Now, I don't know why we need that because we're trying to solve a murder here. We don't need the love and all that. We have a murder on our hands and we need to solve it. Ben, you need to get back to work. You over here kissing this guy. We need to get back on this case because, hey, the killer is on the loose. Detective Roshan. Now, he's a little, how can I say it, out of line. He done brought his kid over to the victim's house and talking about, yeah, me and my wife separated. Sir, we don't care nothing about your personal life. We have a murder on our hand. We're trying to find out who killed Sophie's husband and Pia's brother. And they're like, well, what can we do about Emma? And technically, Emma's not breaking any laws. Anybody can talk to the media. That's why I said if they would have contacted me, I would have went on there. I'd have like, Nick was a good guy. I would have plugged myself in, but I wouldn't have had nothing negative to say. So they're trying to figure out what they can do. One thing they can do is, sue the news. That's what I would have did. I wouldn't have did anything that Ben was saying. I would have just sued the media company for allowing him to break into my spot. But he does release some information. Look, we're looking for the guy that ran Emma off the road. And she's like, why? He's saying, well, obviously they don't want Emma to tell this story. Come on, Pia, you know everything else. Help me out here. Help a little. I'm doing all this work. You wanted to be in the loop. If I'm going to put you in the loop, at least help me. Back to Ben. He's scrubbing through stuff. He's on the website from the school and he's looking at the comments. Y'all losers can defend him all you want, but you weren't there, so you don't know. Jin Hin, 2001. So that means somebody knows something about Nick that we haven't been alerted to. Now we need to head down to the school and figure this out ASAP. Ben goes to the school and he's harassing this young lady. She's headed to volleyball practice. It was a long day ahead of her. Got to get mentally and physically focused. And he's coming up. Hey man, I seen you commented on this thing on the website. She's like, hey man, we ain't supposed to talk to the lawyers about this case. I'm just here to play volleyball. He's like, well, if he ever hurted you, let me know. She's like, I can't really say anything about that. Now Matt comes outside, and I told you earlier, Ben had a friend bring some food. And that's how he broke into the house. He took the food over there. Now the friend's recording it with a big camera, but he's holding it down to by his pants. I'm like, hey man, is your friend recording us? What's going on here? But Matt, the guy we don't know much about, he comes out and he starts talking to Ben, pretty much saying, hey, don't talk to the girls about any of that stuff. If there's anything you need to know, come and talk to, the adults, the people that are in charge here. Ben's going all around the city harassing people. Now, he went and talked to Jin Hin, the one that put the comment on the website. And she was like, well, go talk to Tara because they got into an argument. He's like, well, can I ask you some questions? And she's like, look, I'm not trying to talk to nobody about this. And she's at work. If I was the boss, I would have told Ben, you and your friend over there, that damn camera, y'all need to get up out of here or we gonna get on y'all ass. Like, boy, don't be coming in my place recording and harassing my employees. But being, sometimes you just gotta come across somebody's head like, hey, get out of my business, bruh. Just like I was saying, go to the media company and threaten to sue them. And they're gonna fight back a little bit. And just like I was saying, the media, when they bend stuff, their subscribers and everybody, they rather hear the negative story because the lie is better than the truth. So even the manager, Ben's boss, was like, well, we have 90 million subscribers and you guys can go ahead and file that lawsuit. But once they hear Emma Beasley's story, then yeah, they're going to side with that. But if you give us an interview, you can get ahead of this story. People will hear your side and we could probably cut Emma Beasley's. But she's doing that because she doesn't want to be sued. That's why if you stand your ground, like, oh, no interview from you guys. I'll go get an interview somewhere else and I'll sue you. That way it's a win-win. You can still get your story out and get paid too. Ben's friend, he's a little bit smarter than we were expecting. And he was just saying, hey, instead of doing all this crap you're doing, being running around, how about we just buy the data? There's all kinds of websites you can go on. You can buy everybody's personal information. I'm talking about addresses, phone numbers, just spend a little bit of money. And he's like, look, you can just buy the data and get everything. And we can see everything that he's been doing behind the scenes. All of the information you guys put out there is out there. So don't be alarmed. And when you hear people talking about chips coming from the vaccine, don't believe that. You got a cell phone in your pocket. You got Wi-Fi in your house. You got GPS in your car. Trust me, they not about to spend money to put chips in you when they already have chips that you paid for. Why spend money for it when you paying for it? But yeah, you can buy that data offline, and that's what they're about to do. They're working hard. We pulled the data for Nick. We see one of the girls' name is Maggie, and she lives in Sacramento. He's been talking to. She works at a bookstore. Now they're going through all of this, and they find a picture of her. Like, okay, these shelves. He looks on the store, Sacramento bookstore. Hey. Here it goes. Now we got to go down there. We got to talk to her and just see, what's going on. Now they think that Maggie is a fake name. That's what they're going off of. Nick had fake names. So usually whenever people use a website, they're going to use their fake names because you don't want people you work with or, say any of your personal stuff to get out there. So you try to cover it up with a fake email and a fake name. But there's a girl named Maggie and we need to go find her. They get to Sacramento. They go in the bookstore and Ben's playing like, I love the smell of old books. But let's get down to business. Now he talks to the old man. Hey, I'm looking for a lady named Maggie. It's an old friend. He goes in the back and pulls out a cat talking about, oh, this is the mascot. Oh, you looking for her? Sarah? Yeah, she died about 4 months ago. So she was using a fake name online. She was using the cat's name because, she's on a dating website. So if someone ever went on there like, hey, Sarah, is this you? Oh, no, that's somebody named Maggie. That's a fake profile. Now, Ben is taking things too far. He goes to Sarah's brother's house because this is the last known information we have on her. He breaks into another house and he goes in there. He starts rambling through some things. Now, his dude is outside in the car waiting. He thinks Ben's upstairs talking to the brother, doing investigation work. He's over there taking pictures and things. But then he looks, he's like, wait a minute. There goes the brother. He calling Ben like, hey, you got to get up out of there, dog. The brother comes in, he totes up a little bit. Got to hit that hit out the bone. Ben tries to sneak out. He's like, hey. He starts chasing him down the hallway. He gets on the elevator instead of taking the stairs. I don't blame him, though, because I'm not about to run down a flight of stairs chasing after somebody. He takes the elevator. Ben hops in the whip. They drive off. He hits the window. He's like, hey, stop. Come here. What were you doing in my place? So now Ben is broken in his house and, oh man, he done took a few things also. Pia has a direct line to Detective Amiri Roshan. It doesn't matter what he's doing. Hey, freeze, please. Hold on. Hello, Pia? Oh yeah, I'm in the middle of a case now. What you need? But they're talking to each other and you can see on the computer screen that they're going over the footage of who ran Emma off. And he's saying, hey, we got a picture of it. So she says, oh, it's a guy? So at this point, they kind of know that it's a man. Now we got to find this vehicle and see what else comes from it. Ben's going through all of Sarah's things, or should I say Maggie? We'll call her Maggie. He's going through her stuff. He's looking at pictures. Oh, this was sent to Nick. Okay, he's listening to her play the guitar. So she was a nice young woman. She had things going for her. She just living life. She thought she was dating a man, That's all. But he ends up texting the old boy Cameron, and Cameron doesn't even reply back. In all of this data that he has, he finds a conversation. He goes to his boss and tells her, hey, I need to do these interviews because there's messages and there's a third woman that was messing with Nick. Here's the transcript. We got to do this interview. You gotta let me do this interview. Now, Sophie, she's been thinking about it. Okay, we'll do the interview to get ahead of Emma Beasley's story. But you already know Ben is about to throw something at her, and I'm talking about put her directly in the fire. It's the day of the interview. Ben's walking around. The girls are like, hey, good luck out there, Ben. And he's so sassy. He walking by, yeah, thanks, bitch. I'm like, come on, man. They just congratulating you, man. You got the biggest story right now. You over here talking bad about people. But they go out there, and I told you, he's going to throw Sophie in the fire. So let's see how hot it can get for her and if she can handle the heat. Just like we thought, Sophie couldn't handle it. Now, the transcript said, hey, if you leave me, if you cancel all of this that we got, this is between Sarah and Nick on his fake profile and her fake profile. But if you cancel this relationship that we have, do you know what I'll do? I'll take my own life. And then you see Nick say, well, go ahead and do it. I don't care. So Sophie's looking at it and she's upset. Like, where'd you get this stuff from? She storms off the set. But before she leaves, Ben is like, is this the reason Nick was murdered? And he's just sitting there because he's kind of excited. He got the biggest story and he just got some exclusive content. But she storms off of it. Ben, that was a low blow right there, brother. You need to let people be aware of what's going on before they come on the show. They even had voice reenactments. They had Sarah, why are you mad at me? And then they had Nick in some generic voice, because I didn't sign up to be your personal crisis hotline. Do you know what'll happen if you leave me? Oh, I don't care. Go ahead. Do it. And everybody's just watching. They like, Damn, Ben, you really out here wilding. And the last thing we see is the brother, the one that was smoking the weed, the house that being broke into. And he's sitting there like, okay, we gonna handle this on my mama. Uh-oh, there you go. Episode 5, The Reporter. Let me know what you think about Ben. Was he doing his job, or was he crossing the line? Let me know what y'all think about that. And I still don't know who the killer is. Comment below who y'all think it is. We're halfway through. That was episode 5, The Reporter, Clickbait. Now, if you like the content on the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm Mouzakis. Thanks for watching. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.